How we doing, everybody, and welcome back to the Pearson podcast. What episode is it, you might be asking? Boom! 58. The Valentine's Day edition. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there. To you couples, congratulations. You lonely sacks of shite like myself. We are each other's Valentines today. Hope you're all doing absolutely fantabulous, as always. Hope all your dreams are coming true. And we've got quite the episode here, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about some fun stuff, basically. Gonna get into a little bit of some juice, like on my New Year's resolution video. I talked about wanting to get into a little bit more PG-13/R rated topics, so we're going to be diving into that just a little bit. So this is what we're talking about this episode. We are going to be talking about, there's this thing called open tabs. I learned from it from Bert Kreischer, so I'm going to go into my web browser in my phone and basically just talk about all the tabs that I have open. I've got quite a few, so that should be fun. I'm going to be talking about the real life FA, some basically, long story short, some really cool comic that came out. And I'm not into comics or superheroes or anything like that, but the VV-NFT thing has really gotten me into it. I like art and I like collecting things, so this is kind of a cool thing. You'll see, especially if you like Star Wars. I think you'll enjoy. I'm going to be talking about something I made for my friend Josiah. I'm going to be talking about I made some fish and chips. I'm going to be talking about dyeing my shoes. I'm going to be talking about how COVID has affected me. Yeah, I'm going to get into that a little bit. I'm going to be talking about some dessert thing that I made. I'm going to be talking about the thing that is a little bit more serious. I'm going to be talking about is movie nights with an old friend of mine. Going to be talking about the Golden Moments Valentine's Day edition, which happened today, which is the part of the VV NFT thing. Going to be talking about a little bit of the podcast, something, I'll get into that. I'm going to be talking about the ribs. I made some ribs yesterday. Going to be talking about the Super Bowl. So, not 100% sure if we're going to get to every single thing on there, because I kind of wanted to save the movie night thing for a full episode, and really dive into it, but we'll see. We'll play it by ear. We'll see. But nonetheless, sit back, relax, and we are gonna start this baby. Oh yeah, something that I forgot to add on here is I tie-dyed some shirts as well. This is one of them that I did. Pretty cool, if I say so myself. It's like when you look at like water from under. If you're like underwater and you're looking at like the waves above, kind of reminds me of that, and then the top kind of looks like clouds, I think. Looks kind of cool. So the behind the scenes on that is my grandparents gave us these random shirts because they didn't fit one of my other family members. It was a blue one, a green one, and a yellow one. And I don't really like wearing shirts that aren't customized or aren't, I feel a sneeze coming on. Excuse me. That aren't customized or unique in some way. So I knew I probably wouldn't wear them unless I did something cool to them or something. So I just took bleach and tie-dyed it, and it turned out pretty good. I like it a lot. It's so interesting what bleach can do. It's such a cool thing, I might say. And I tie-dyed the green one and the yellow one. I did black tie-dye on the green one, and then red tie-dye, red, pink / purple on the yellow one, and those are actually in the washer right now, so maybe I'll show them next episode. So did that, and while I'm on the topic of dyeing shoes and things, I dyed my shoes. So I'm trying to think. Okay, so I'll add pictures into the podcast. So the first one, they were white Ultra Boost shoes, triple white, and they started white. Obviously, I dyed them with RIT all-purpose dye, purple, and it just didn't. It turned into lavender as opposed to purple. It was just like lavender, really, really light, and they looked cool, but that's not what I was going for. So I got the synthetic RIT dye, purple, and holy crap, that stuff turned them into some of the coolest shoes I have ever seen, legitimately. Because I was just telling my little brother about this, actually. It's like, I really like wearing stuff that's unique and things that people can't easily get or get at all. Like this shirt, no one else has this shirt in the whole world. The thing that I like customizing is my hoodie, shirt, and shoes. I don't, this is the first time I've customized my shoes, but I at least want to get, if I'm going to get some Ultra Boost, I don't want to just get, triple black or some random color. I got, right now I have the Celebrating Black Culture, black and purple Ultra Boost, and then the triple white, which I had for the longest time, but now they're purple. So I'll put those on there. But yeah, I really like wearing things that are unique, and socks no one sees, underwear no one sees, pants, they're so hard to customize, and they're just kind of like I can't think of how to describe pants. Pants is like hoodie, shoes, shirt is like the steak, and then pants is like the butter and oil you fry the steak in, like the steak will still shine without the butter and oil, but if you add the butter and oil, then the hoodie, shirts, and shoes pop. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at pants, in case you were wondering. So yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that. Had a lot of fun. I love customizing stuff and things along those lines, and so so moving on to, let me get this comic thing out of the way. Okay, so if you guys are familiar with the Mandalorian, the show on Disney Plus, it's an amazing show. Like, really, it is. I mean, I should probably make some podcast dedicated to that and the book of Boba Fett, because those two are just, oh my god, Jon Favreau and Disney, they're really killing it with those. I mean, everything is perfect, really. I mean, I guess if I really wanted to put the critic eye on, I could find some stuff that's wrong with it, but the writing is good. The visual effects are perfect. They're perfect. The speed of the episodes, because in movies, there are so few movies where I can watch it all the way through without falling asleep. And, not actually falling asleep, but getting bored, But these, there's like one or two pretty awesome fight scenes per episode, and then by the time you're like barely getting like, you know, you never have a chance to feel tired or wanting this to end or whatever. By the time that's even in your mind, it's over. So it leaves you, if anything, wanting to watch another one. So the Mandalorian is a big show, and I think, and the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda, that it's so polarized. I don't know what polarizing means. It's just it's so popular and everybody loves them that I think in the long run they're going to be very good. Which is why I bought a comic that came out last Wednesday, and this is what it looks like. Darth Vader number 20. It is the first appearance of Mandalorian and Baby Yoda on a comic. Now, this comic, in case you couldn't tell, it's called Darth Vader. It has nothing to do with Mandalorian. It's just the first comic that has them on the cover. So, got this cool protective case for it. So I think in the long run, these are going to be worth a pretty penny. They're already going for $50 or so dollars. I got this for $4. And, you know, actually a funny story behind this is so I went to, there's a comic book store near our house in our town, and I got there. They open at 12, and I got there at like 11:50 or something like that. And I had chicken sandwiches, Popeye's chicken sandwiches in the car. So I was like, shoot, I've got to make this quick. So I went in. The door was open. And I'm like, you guys open? He's like, no. And I'm like, okay, well, can I just ask you a quick question? And he's like, and he says yes. And I basically asked if he has this comic. He said he'd look, and I'd wait outside. He opened. I'm getting lost in my own story, but bear with me. I basically, long story short, he says he doesn't have any. Long story short, I'm like, okay, well that's fine, you know, but if you could order one and put me on call to reserve one or whatever, that'd be great. So he did that. I'm driving home, and then he calls me. He's like, we have one. He found one, just one, in the entire Ding Dong store, and I got it. You know what I mean? So I'm going to try and find a cool place for this to go, like on my wall or something, but my walls are so packed with junk. Yeah, so that was real fun. So it's fun collecting things that are going to hold value, that are physical items. Because right now, I mean, I don't have many things. I mean, I've got this Star Wars thing, and I mean, I've got a lot of sick crap on this shelf thing, but you can't see it. I've been trying to figure out a way to put that in the background, because this is where I keep all my knickknacks and crap, but you can't see it. So I'm trying to figure out that. But basically, this Star Wars thing is worth a pretty penny. This alien is cool. I've got a Jawa. I've got, you know, I mean, look at this. This is like an old vape juice container back when I used to vape. But I just thought this was like the funniest frickin' container. Looked like Buzz Lightyear or something. Have all my obsidian and stuff from Unalaska. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a lot of cool stuff on there. So yeah, I'll figure out. But yeah, it's just fun. Just fun collecting things that may, you know, have a possibility of growing value in the future. So let's do open tabs. Let's see what we're looking at. Okay, so I have a something that I can't talk about up. Well, I guess I can. It's a WMD. That's all I'm gonna go into that. I've got the Coinbase link. Oh my gosh, this is. I'll go into it in the future. It's from the Super Bowl ad, and if you watch the Super Bowl, you'll know what I'm talking about, or you may not. But it was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in a Super Bowl ad. So I have 2 Zoom contact supports, which I'm going to delete. I actually have a heck of a lot less than what I thought. I think I must have deleted a lot of them, sadly. Because I usually have like 50. But and I'll go into that Coinbase thing later in the episode. So, one is I have a light pollution map, which basically just shows like the darkest places near me, which I think is really cool because I really want to take long exposures of the sky and stars and the galaxies and stuff like that, and I can't where I live because there's a pretty decently sized city right next to me, so the light pollution makes it to where the sky glows and you can't get that good of shots. Another thing I have open is 25 best things to do in Chiang Mai, Thailand, which is the place I'm going to be going with grandpa, hopefully next year. Chiang Mai is actually a pretty sick place, and it's actually decently large. But I've gone into Chiang Mai many a times in my past videos. So if you are interested in that, watch the video of something called they have Thailand in the title. Another one is Thailand power plugs, because I was wondering what, if I'm going to travel there, what plug they have, or like, outlet and stuff for charging my group. I have the Navy, a job, the mass communication specialist, just kind of like an overview of what that job is. I have a link that my grandpa sent me, 6 traits of a spiritual master. Only 1 in 100 practice them all. And let me go through all 6 real quick. 1. Spiritual masters are free from attachment. 2. They do not judge. 3. They are one with nature. 4. A spiritual master is the embodiment of love. 5. Spiritual masters are sensitive but not non-reactive. And finally, teaching others is natural. Wrapping up, spiritual masters are rare, but that should not keep you from looking for one. Though we cannot all be at their level of understanding, there is a lot we can learn from them for a truly fulfilling life. Beautiful. And then the last thing I had is 11 best cheap tropical vacations. And this is actually where I found Thailand. There's Cozumel, Mexico. And here's the thing. Mexico, I'm sure, is super cool. But ever since... It scares me, to be totally honest. I know there's probably some good places, but... Ever since I saw Sicario, it's all been downhill from that. Dominican Republic is on here. It's like I've heard horror stories from there. The Philippines, I'm down. Bali, I'm down. Laos, where are you? Cambodia, who knows? Costa Rica, probably not cheap. Thailand, going. Vietnam, definitely down. Malaysia, sign me up. Aruba, Aruba. Yeah, that sounds fun. And those are my tabs, ladies and gents. So, yeah, thought that would be kind of fun because I literally didn't know what we were gonna find. And that one thing that I couldn't talk about, no, it wasn't porn. It's just, just let me slide on that. So we did open tabs, we did the comic, okay, so I made my friend Josiah a comic. A comic. I made him an intro. Roll the intro now. Yeah, so that it's for my friend Josiah King Composing. If you don't know, then you should know. He's on YouTube. He makes amazing musical compositions for movie scores and just cool songs, and it's great. So made him his new intro. I've made all the intros that he has, I believe. I've made a total of 3, I believe. This is the 3rd one. And yeah, just thought I should mention that. It was cool because he came to me with an idea, and I it's cool because we were collabing our ideas together, and then we were video calling, and I basically was kind of trying to make something happen, and by accident I came up with cutting the letters out and then having the light shine through the letters and then adding the fog so you get those rays. And we accidentally stumbled across it, and I thought it was super cool. Yeah. So what was I even talking about? Oh yeah. So yeah, that was cool. I like helping out my friends. And he didn't pay me. It's just helping out my friend, because I'm sure if I needed a song or something, then I'm sure he would make a song, and he has before. That's the whole thing about helping each other out. It's like, especially when you're in the business like us, where song, audio, and visual, those are the 2 key components to a good creative piece of work. And he covers the audio, I cover the visual, and comes together to make this incredibly high quality in piece. And it couldn't be more perfect, really. I mean, it could not be more perfect, because if he was a graphic designer / filmmaker, we would always be probably unconsciously comparing our work, like, oh, he's a little bit better than me at this, I'm better than him, like blah blah blah. But we have both of our skills. What's that word? I know you know it. Complement each other so well that it's just great, and we're gonna make at least one short film this year, and it's gonna be a banger. So yeah. So gonna be talking about the food that I made. So I made fish and chips. Okay? If you don't know, I make dinner for my family about 3 to 4 times a week, something along those lines, and I like spicing it up. So, I made fish and chips and the recipe was apparently the best fish and chips recipe that you can get. Now, long story short, they turned out fine. I followed the recipe to a T. To a T. And they did not come out. Okay, not to a T. The only thing. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. So the big difference between this batter and other batters, really the only huge difference, is usually when you make a wet batter for fish and chips, it is dry and then wet. So it's like a mixture of them both. So dry being flour and crap like that, and the wet being water or beer and something like that. So instead of flour and beer or flour and water, we did flour and then half beer, half vodka. Why vodka, you may ask? Well, I have the answer. Apparently, vodka evaporates quicker and needs a lot less energy to evaporate and fry. So therefore, you end up with a crispier batter. And that's all great on paper, and they did turn out good. They did. They really did. But for whatever reason, it didn't turn out correct. I made a gluten-free version and a regular version. My mom's gluten-free, so I made her gluten-free, and it turned out perfect for the gluten-free one. Usually, the gluten-free one, I basically just write it off because it's gluten-free, so I don't hold myself to the flames with the gluten-free, because for whatever reason, you need so much more liquid when making batters with gluten-free. So I was like, but even that one, I think I eyeballed that one, you know. But for the non-gluten-free, I followed the recipe to an absolute T. The only thing I didn't do is I didn't get the same brand of vodka that the guy used, but he used Tito's, which, you know, shout out to Bert Kreischer, and I used just some cheap stuff, but I you know, it can't make that big of a difference. So that's basically why I thought, or am thinking, that it's either the vodka or that guy just didn't tell us the right ingredients or something, which was upsetting, because I'm such a perfectionist, and when I saw it wasn't going too well, I got upset, because I followed it to a T, and the batter was way too runny, and I was like, what the crap is going on here? It's like so runny. So then we added more flour, and then once we added more flour, I'm like, okay, well, it's out the window, because now the recipe is, you know, it can't be trusted, you know. That's just how my brain works. I don't know. It's just, and then when things start going wrong, I get into this mood where it's just like, I was like, all right, well, it's ruined. You know, I don't know. Luckily, my mom is such an amazing person. She kind of got me out of that funk, but yeah, that's the fish and chip story. So, I have been craving chocolate bars for some reason. I don't know why, but it could be because of this intermediate fasting thing. Like, I've been kind of falling off the intermediate, I don't even know how to say that, intermittent fasting, because I don't know why. Maybe I'm waiting a little bit too long. Maybe I need to make my window, because right now my window is 11:30 to 7. Maybe I need to make it 10:30. I really don't know, because what I'm finding is it's by the time I do get to 11:30, I'm so hungry that I overeat. So yeah, maybe I need to bring it down to 10:30, and then cut it off sooner. that could work. But the thing is, that's only below my window. Afterwards, I'm wanting the candy bar for some reason. So basically, my mom heard that, and she got a big bag of milk chocolate chips, and because I've been wanting to make my own chocolate bars, because I didn't think it was, I thought tempering was, melting it in that, the double stack boiler or whatever, or the pot of water boiling or simmering is in the water, and then you put a metal bowl on top and you just kind of, mix the chocolate and it melts. I thought that was tempering, but apparently tempering is like you get it hot and then kind of cold and then hot again, then cold and then freeze it or something like that. I ain't about to do all that. So basically, I just melted it, put it up, just flattened it out on a big old sheet, added some almonds, and froze it. And that banged, ladies and gentlemen. That banged, legitimately. That was so good. And I thought I should share that. Oh, man. If you're watching at this point in the podcast, I mean, God bless you. Truly, God bless you. This is the thing about this podcast. It's like, I don't exactly know what it'll take for this to gain traction, because I realize it's just some knucklehead talking about his life, Now, I think it'll be cool once things start coming together in my life. As far as my graphic designer company, building that out, just getting money, moving out, if I ever get a girlfriend again, just all this stuff. So once I get my fitness going on, get my fitness dialed in, I think this will all be cool, to see the kind of, not time lapse, but just, process, seeing me start as a blob, and then a broke blob, and then slowly, now he's fit, now he's got enough money to where he can move out, now he's got a girlfriend and all this stuff, and now he's got a beard. So I think that's gonna be a cool thing, but yeah, I mean, it's just really me talking about me and talking about things that I like, and it's weird because I normally don't talk about me in my normal life. I don't say much. I prefer to listen. I really do. I like listening a lot more than actually speaking. I mean, I don't really know. I think you don't learn anything from you don't learn as much from speaking as you do from listening. Just listening to what everybody says. I much prefer that. But yeah, it's like for me to sit here and talk to myself, not even with, a producer to bounce things off with or anything like that, it doesn't come naturally, folks. Like, really, it does not come naturally, and yeah, so just wanted to throw that out there. So yeah, I'm gonna save that the talk. So I guess now that we're on the talk of food, I'll go on to ribs. Sorry, something came into my mind. So we have a Traeger, which is a smoker, really nice smoker, and we haven't been using it over the winter because it's been wintry. So just cleaned it out a couple of days ago, And now it's time to use it. So put a couple racks of ribs in there, and I'm following the recipe from Heath Riles, and they turned out good, but they were too tender. And I know everybody was like, "Oh, what's the problem with being too tender?" It's like you could barely even cut them. It was like pulled pork. I don't know. That's just me being the perfectionist again, because the thing is, I usually get it down to a T. But like the recipe down to a T. But the thing is, one of the ribs were a lot thicker than the other one. So I had to take weirdly enough, the thicker one was done first, and I can't follow. Ribs, meat has a mind of its own sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. But that was fun. That was for the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl was fun. Neither of the teams. I don't care about any of the teams, but it's not like my state wasn't playing and everything like that. So I literally don't even know who wins or who won. But it was just fun getting together with family or whatever, and we made ribs, and my grandma made meatballs and shrimp, and it was super fun. There were some really good commercials. Sorry. There were some really good commercials in it. And the most notable one was Coinbase. Now, when I saw this, I had this feeling like no other feeling, where I was just looking at the most creative, like I saw the world change before my eyes. I'm like, wow, these people are so smart. Everything was done so perfectly. So perfectly. So basically what it was is Coinbase, but no one knows that. So this is what it comes with. I think this is like the third ad too. The first one was Jurassic Park. Second one was, what was it? It was something big. Not Apple. It was something big. What was it? Yeah, whatever. Sorry. But the third one comes up, black screen, nothing. And then a little box comes up. And in like the old time TVs where you're looking at the TV screen and like the little logo like bounces around the screen. The little box, which was a QR code, and the code was RGB flashing, so the colors were fading. It was just a QR code bouncing around for 30 seconds. No labels, no brands, no indication of anything. Just that for 30 seconds. I'm not even sure if there was sound. I really don't know. Man, it was perfect. And it got me out. I was like, I noticed it took me 5 seconds to kind of realize. I'm like, whoa. It's not changing. Because I thought it was going to change into something else. But no, they was just going to do that. Pulled out my phone instantly, got it, Coinbase. I'm like, oh my gosh, of course, it's Coinbase. How amazing. So that was probably huge for crypto, huge for Coinbase. Coinbase, get Omi on there. You know what I mean? Get a Comey on there. What's the big deal? So huge. Sorry. So that was so awesome. Open it, and they were doing like this. If you made a new account, then you get a free $15. But if you had the existing account, then you were opted in they were giving away $3 million to one person each. Like $1 million to $1 million to 3 people. And yeah, so I did that. So hopefully I get $1 million. That'd be cool. But yeah, so that was just like mind blowing. I was like, wow, how freaking smart was that? Because it's like, it made you want to get up and look at it and oh, I gotta take a picture or video or whatever. So one, they got the hit of the website traffic, you know? And when I went to open Coinbase, it took like 2 minutes to open because there were so many people. Like really, I've never seen Coinbase do that. I clicked on it right now, and now it's open. That was like 3 seconds. It took 2 minutes. It was absolutely amazing. Yeah, super, super cool. And yeah, there were a lot of cool Super Bowl ads. Arnold Schwarzenegger as Zeus. He was good. Jim Carrey was in one as a cable guy. Oh, that was a really good one. Yeah, there were some cool ones for sure. The halftime show, that was pretty cool. They had Kendrick Lamar, which they had a bunch of the old timers, which was cool. Which was for sure the right way to go. You know, if they popped out with, you know, even Drake, you know, a lot of people would probably have been like, but they went with Snoop, Dr. Dre, you know, Eminem, 50 Cent, all those guys. So that was a really good idea. But they brought Kendrick Lamar, which was a really good idea. I wonder how old Kendrick Lamar is. Let's see. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. How old is Kendrick Lamar?
Kendrick Lamar is 34 years old.
I actually thought he was younger than that, but still, that's, you know, compared to the other guys were like, you know, 50s easily. How old? Hey Siri. Hey Siri. How old is Eminem?
Eminem is 49 years
49. So it's like everybody there was like 50, and they brought out Kendrick Lamar. And Kendrick Lamar is amazing. A lot of people don't know about him. Excuse me. My parents didn't, but yeah, I'm very happy they brought him out because he was. I mean, I didn't exactly like the song they chose for him. He's, you know, but I guess they wanted to choose a song that is popular and kind of a radio hit. But yeah, Kendrick Lamar is super cool. Snoop Dogg, I like Snoop Dogg. My dad hates Snoop Dogg. I just like him as a person. I mean, his music, I don't listen to it as much, but I just like him as a person. Some of the songs, you know, I love. But yeah, Snoop Dogg is an awesome feature. That's what I say. Snoop Dogg as a feature on a song will always slap for sure. Yeah. So, whoops, dropping my bullets. So, I guess I'll talk about, the golden moments, of course. I didn't get it. Which is my VB Vault haul, or my VB haul. I guess I'll talk about my VB haul. So, today was the golden moments. Just look on my channel if you want to see that. I uploaded the video of me missing it. Yeah, it sucked. I missed it, but that's how life goes sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So, for the haul, though, I got quite a bit. I got a Black Panther comic, 1337, and these are all, I'm forgetting now. Did I get Black Panther off the drop and then sell it? I forgot. I think I might have, sold it. But then they started going up in price, and my dad reminded me that it's probably going to go up in value a little bit more because the actor sadly passed away. He was a really good actor. He was also in a movie called 21 Bridges that I love. He's a really good actor. So I got Black Panther #1. So I got, for the common, I got number 1337. It's actually 1333, 3 3s, and then 7. Not 1337. It's actually 13,337, but it looks good. And so I got that for the common. I got 2 uncommons because those were going crazy. I got 7217, and I got 7217, and I got 1973, ladies and gentlemen. That one's going to be a slapper. I paid 44 for that, and the floor price is 55 right now. Or it's actually, no, it's 57. Those are going up quick. Everybody was such a fool yesterday. Or ever since they announced Golden Moments #2, or, the Valentine's Day edition. They started selling everything so cheap. And I'm like, I'm going to buy all of this. So that's how I got all these good things for so cheap. I got so lucky. I'm like, I'll pick all these up. So I got a Captain America 117, and the numbers 4515 for $15, and the floor price is $24. I got Hero for Hire #1, and then it's a common 8269. I paid $20, and the floor price is $22. Now, Uncanny X-Men 170. These were selling for so cheap, I just had to pick some up. So these are actually still very low. They're $12, which is insane. But I got some good cereal. I have 2 of these, one 5197 and one 3654. And so the comic that dropped this morning sells for millions of dollars in the real world. So I thought it was going to be crazy expensive. So when it came out, I saw that it was going for like $30. I'm like, oh crap, I got to pick one up before it goes up. So I picked up for $34. The floor price is $16 right now. So I got played on that. At least it's a cool serial number, 7737, but yeah. And then I got another one, serial number 8614 for $16. So, but yeah, I just thought those were so cool, and I honestly thought they were going to go up a lot more. But it could just be because this weird market's so low, because of everything's, just so, I don't know. It's because of the Golden Moments, but that's what I was saying. It's like they were selling their Golden Moments that they had already for cheaper to possibly buy another Golden Moments that obviously isn't going to be as good and so much harder to get. Doesn't make sense to me. So, see, I have written down in my notes how COVID has affected me personally, but I don't have anything written down for that. So I will quickly go into it, but don't expect much because I don't have anything written down, so it's completely off the dome. Now, how COVID has affected me? Well, it has made me lose contact with a lot of my friends because I wasn't able to hang out with them for the longest time, and that sucks. And, they probably assumed that I just didn't want to hang with them, or blah, blah, blah. And it wasn't just COVID. It was me trying to, work on Pearson visuals and so much of my life that I can't really talk about publicly. So working on myself and everything. But, I mean, the COVID really stuck a pickle in it. Dating, there's been, people I've been wanting to hang out with. that I haven't been able to because of this crap. And I've got people I need to worry about. If I was living by myself, that'd be a different thing. But I'm living with my parents, and I see my grandparents a lot. So I gotta be real careful about who I hang out with, and who I hang out with as being no one. And if I hang out with Josiah and Dallas, those are my dogs and my day ones, and I even ask them, like, you guys good? Like, and obviously they're on par with me with the whole COVID thing, yeah, whatever. So that is one way. Friends, girlfriends. I had to quit a job that on the outside looked like a dream job. It was a graphic designer job where I got paid. The frick? Thought I just heard something. It was a graphic designer job, got paid a lot, full time. And it wasn't perfect. I was working for a company that I didn't give two craps about, and it was honestly kind of a girly company. But still, that was such a weird thing to do. My tongue kind of itched, so I scratched it with my teeth. It was kind of a girly company. What was I talking about? Yeah, it wasn't perfect because the company I had no interest in. But the main thing was, and it was a far drive as well, but it is what it is. 25, half an hour or something like that. Minute drive. So that wasn't great, but the main reason was they didn't wear masks. And this was like the height of COVID, where nobody knew what it was. Nobody had any idea what was going on, and these people just didn't wear masks, and they were coughing, and it was just like, I only worked 2 days there because I just couldn't. I literally was putting my entire family at risk in my mind, Now, obviously, we know a little bit more about it, but back then, everybody was like, if you get this, you're going to die. Not actually, but, it's a lot more scary back then. So I was like, I'm not going to risk it. So I've lost a job. Haven't been able to really look for other jobs. It's difficult because I know I can make my own job, so I'm not necessarily looking for jobs right now. I want to dedicate all my time to building my own job kind of thing. So that, honestly, I haven't been able to travel. I want to do all this traveling. I feel like it's separated a lot of people politically, and because it's almost like there's mask wearers and non-mask wearers, and if you're a mask wearer, it's like, I don't know, it's just like, I just want us all to be together. It's just such a sad thing when it's like seemingly so divided, but this is freaking America, man. I don't know. I believe everything happens for a reason. So I believe this is happening for a reason, but I'd like it to end now. Yeah, I would like it to end. I'd like to go back to not having to wear a freaking mask and all this jazz, and yeah, so yeah, hopefully it ends soon. I hate wearing a mask. I hate it. I hate talking to people with a mask. They can't see you smile. They can't hear you. It's I hate having to bring this extra thing, I'm wearing glasses too, so when I talk, sometimes if I don't tuck it in, then the fog fogs up my glasses. I'm like, F this. It's just, yeah, it's given me more, it's funny. There was a point in time when we didn't have to wear masks. Remember when the mandate was, when the main COVID guy was like, if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear the mask. And I was a free bird. We actually were on vacation too. Throughout that time, I went on 2 vacations and we didn't have to wear masks, and it was amazing. I felt like a free bird. And then, while I was still in Arizona, I was in Arizona, and they're like, when you come back to Arizona or to where we live, you'll have to wear it again. They added the mandate again, and I'm like, it's so annoying. But that's just what happens. Yeah, I mean, I guess it was meant to happen, ladies and gentlemen, but sure doesn't make it less annoying. Well, I am at 56 minutes right now. To make it to an hour, I'm just going to add a black screen at the end. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. I really do. I hope you were all... If you're watching at this moment, then I bow down to thee. I am not worthy of thee. Trust me. These are all practice runs. I'm a blabbering buffoon right now. So if you are watching this right now, from the bottom of my heart to the tip of my dome, I thank you. I will see you all next Monday. Peace.